When you walk into the building, you will see learning taking place in all different kinds of ways, in different spaces. You'll see children working in small groups. You'll see teachers and children working together. You'll see teachers working together. You'll see kids immersed in projects and in thinking. You'll see them problem solving together. You'll see them constructing different things as they begin to understand the world. You will feel the love and warmth of a caring kahila, which Schechter is and will always be.
It's just a remarkable place to be every day.
I love it. I've loved it since I was a kindergartner here, all the way through 8th grade. And my children go here and they love it. And it's really the best place.
We're a school that's really focused on acquiring the skills for life, the foundation being built in an elementary and middle school where children will spend more time than any other school in their career in building those skills and working on what it means to be Jewish and human.
Many of our parents just want to know, is my child going to learn math? Will my child learn to read? Will my child be able to? And the answer to all of that is yes. We take that for granted, which is why very often we find ourselves talking about the big picture. We know that the children are learning. We assess their learning on a regular basis.
Teachers differentiate for every single student. At Schechter, we really believe that every single person is a lifelong learner. We have something called the Learning Lab. Now, this is a space where students can come for extra support, they can come for enrichment, but even more, our learning specialists are pushing in, supporting content teachers, supporting students literally where they are. They can come for one-on-one support in the Learning Lab, but they also can have that support right there in their Hebrew class.
And the bottom line is, it takes a community to raise children. And this Schechter Kahila is really special, grounded in our Jewish tradition and our Jewish values.
I think our end goal, maybe even more important than to know Chumash or Navi, is to love Chumash and Navi, to love being Jewish.
There's not one way to be human. There's not one way to be Jewish. There's not one way to identify, and yet we're all sacred.
Because when you're doing Judaic studies, there's Torah coming from different perspectives. You're not getting it just in Chumash. You're not getting it just in Navi. When we go into the Gemara, they see it from different angles. And now they're starting to pull from all their different touch points of their Jewish education. And as they get older, they start to realize, oh, this is kind of fun. They won't admit it, but they see it.
In this community, we see the Kedusha in each one of us, while celebrating what's the same and different.
They have a comfort level to go out into the world and be able to participate in an active way and engage actively in their Judaism.
One of the great things about this school is the wide range of different types of Jews, all learning together. This is not the math class. This is the love of being Jewish class.
Jewish life is so interwoven into our everyday living.
Nothing, by the way, is better than watching 3-year-olds leading tefillah and taking their turn and singing and getting others to sing with them.
The early childhood program at Schechter Bergen is a child-centered program based on the Reggio Familia philosophy. We believe that children have implicit interests, and if we follow those interests and use them as our guide, that is how we build a curriculum. Children really learn best when they are invested and when they are interested in what they are playing with and studying. We had a group of children who were incredibly interested in building. The teachers were able to hone in on that, and it turned into the most incredible maze carnival with hotels and a dragon and a castle. They had to write stories. They had to organize their ideas, and they would use science because they had to think of the physics of how are we going to attach something to the ceilings. It was awesome. They learn how to get those answers by themselves, which in turn really sets them up for future academic success.
At Schechter Bergen, we know that every single child has different strengths, different gifts, different needs, and the Kahila model is what allows us to best meet the needs of each child as an individual.
So what does that look like?
In the 1st through 4th grade, each grade has 3 classrooms that are actually connected, wide doorways in each classroom.
Morning meeting has become a beautiful space for joyful interaction.
They get to greet each other. They get to make eye contact.
We want to help cultivate positive social interactions with their peers, and we want to help them build a sense of community.
So it's a very rich day of learning and socializing.
Targeted small group work happens all day long. The teachers work together, students switch groups fluidly.
And so I may be in a Hebrew group that's at one level with this teacher and this group of children, and then I may work with a totally different set of children and a different teacher when I'm in my Chumash lesson.
We call it flexible grouping because students can switch groups from day to day, from week to week, depending on how their needs change.
It is about creating the conditions so our children can learn deeply, learn authentically, and learn so that learning sticks.
In the 5, 6, 7, 8 keyload, we feel like it is our job to prepare students for the next step.
We wanted to make sure that we were deliberate and very clear about supporting our kids' social emotional growth. And we saw that by the infusion of the advisory curriculum, we could hone in on the skills and the values that are the cornerstone of kids' social emotional growth.
When children move into 5th and 6th grade, they need help with organizing themselves, with executive functioning. In 7th and 8th grade, we keep working on those skills, but we really look for opportunities for children to be more independent decision makers in their learning.
Everyone stops in the middle of the morning to have advisory for 20 minutes each day of the week, thinking about gratitude, thinking about kindness, thinking about empathy. We do hands-on activities, and each one of the activities and the programs that we put into these curriculums are actually research and evidence-based, proven to demonstrate and help cultivate these skills. We understand that by infusing a social emotional curriculum throughout our 5, 6, and 7, 8 keyload, we are anchoring their school experience. We are giving them the tools to then be thoughtful, engaged learners.
We want our kids to have this sense of grit, be able to accept and fail and try again, work collaboratively with others.
As a Schechter parent, you can rest assured that we are going to support your child from even before we meet them on the first day of school. And as they mature and develop, we are there for every step of the way, even as they prepare for high school.
A Schechter graduate is on the way really understanding who they are, learning to see the world through a Jewish lens, so that they can make good decisions that are morally and ethically grounded. And a Schechter graduate understands the importance of Israel in their lives, understands the importance of the Jewish people as part of their story, and as part of informing who they will continue to be. And a Schechter graduate finds joy in being Jewish.
Join us! ברוכים הבאים.
ברוכים הבאים. בואו לשכטר ברגן.
Join us. Welcome. ברוכים הבאים. Join us. בבקשה הצטרפו אלינו. ברוכים הבאים. Come on already. Join us! What are you waiting for? Come and join us. We can't wait to meet you.